Hey everyone, welcome back. So this video will be a little bit different than the previous videos of learning together. And it is my fault because after I made the video, I watched it and it's all black and there was no video coming through and I've screwed up some of the settings on OBS. So my apologies. So what I have done instead is now I'm going to go through my qualifying lap because I did a race. I did pretty well. I qualified on P3 and then I finished the race in second place in P2. So it's fairly, I would say, put together lap. This is, of course, not, I'm not saying this is the fastest lap ever, but it will at least get you competitive around the lap. So let me do a voiceover and walk you through this lap as I do this. But first, I have to tell you my initial lap when I was recording my Learn Together video. It was actually 40 minutes long, and I had so many spins because this is a very difficult track. I would say it's characterized by a lot of weight transfers as you go through. So let's get started. Your home stretch, breaking into turn one, you want to do that right after the second marker. And this is where it actually gets really tricky as well. If you get on the throttle too early, you spin. And then you want to get wide on the outside, but brake while you're in straight line and then tuck your nose in. And once you get your car turned in, you basically full throttle flat out through that turn and over here. And then you brake early for this. Let me pause here. If you brake a little bit late on here, I find that the risk is way too high than the reward. So if you brake late, you might start to trail brake. You might start to steer a little bit too much. And I find that this corner, you can understeer a lot. So you want to brake hard, but if you brake too hard, you spin. So this corner is really tricky and I've spun countless times. And the worst part is if you look at the curb here on the left, it's very smooth. It's not like there's a bump or anything, but it's completely different on the other side of the road. So if you look on the right side, I don't know if I can get my camera closer to it, but there is a slight ledge that you see here. And that ledge is enough for you to sort of beat your car. So your car can sit on the top of that and your wheels are not touching. And you might find yourself needing a tow if you did that in a race. So when I was practicing and learning together, or doing that learning together video, I realized I would spin out and land on that sort of ledge, and I can't even, try to drive back out. I have to reset the car and redo the lap. So this is a tricky corner, and also you want to not really maximize the sort of turn exit of the corner. You want to sacrifice the exit because you have a quick right-hander right here. So you want to actually tuck onto the left and set yourself up for this right-hander. And you don't need to brake. You just lift, transfer weight to the front of the car and turn in. And then you try to get on the gas as soon as you can. And you go down this straight. You brake right after the first concrete barrier. You do a left. And this is where it's actually really tricky as well. And I've seen people do different lines. So this is my line. I'm not saying it's the perfect line. If you know of a better line, let me know. So I brake. I try to gas out of this exit. This corner exit, and then I don't actually go full gas because I know that it'll just unsettle the car. I just want to do a slight tap of the brakes here, and I basically do neutral. Throttle, or if I find that I still have too much speed, I just lift off completely and just coast, and then get the car in a proper angle, because I find that placing the car properly is much more important than a quarter of a second of more gas. So I want to get the car turning left before I actually hit that little bit of track, that curbing right there. So you can notice that I'm already turning way before I get there. And then before I get there, I'm already hitting the gas, ready to exit that corner. Because this corner sets you up for this straight here. yes, there's a left and then a right, but that sets you up for going along this big straight, which is the oval, and you can lose so much time if you mess that one up. So I rather coast for half a second and not lose time over this long stretch. So as we keep going, I'm going to do another lap here. You can see that okay, so let's go back here. So I hit the brakes right after the 2, right? Basically maybe half a second, maybe a quarter of a second. And then I hit the brakes. I hit it as hard as I can without locking up, obviously. And then as I turn in, I lift off a little bit and let the car rotate. And I get out on the throttle actually fairly early. I don't know if this is the typical style of how most people do it. I've seen people just have very stable, I guess, delineation between braking points or braking phase at the corner and then the gas. But I actually like to get on the gas early to help the car settle down, because if you shift all the weight forward, you actually get really tail happy in this car. At least I've noticed that how I drive. So I get on the throttle to actually shift weight back to settle down the car, and sometimes actually helps it rotate. So in this case, I hit the gas a little bit and I lift off again, which again shifts it back to the front as I steer, because I need to go to a quick right and then a quick left, right? So it's right, left here. So, and then I get back on the gas steadily and full throttle. Remember what I said about braking while I'm in a straight line? So I don't want to get all the way out to the exit of this corner before I hit the brakes. I actually hit the brakes here while my car is still somewhat, straight, because by the time I brake, when I'm all the way out of this corner, it's too late. So I want to brake early so I can tuck into my nose for this corner, because I can then get on the gas early and hold the gas flat out through all of this. I want to maximize that throttle time. So remember from last lap, I sacrifice so that I can get a good exit out of this one. So right after concrete barriers again, turn in, hit a little bit of brakes, and then here I use it to rotate the car. And then I don't hit the brakes there, I just use the momentum of liftoff and shifting the weight forward to rotate the car. And then it's all gassing out. This part's easy. So that's it. And I'm going to the pits in this case. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. I don't know what you think, but if you like this one better, let me know. If you don't like it, I can return to the old format. Let me know how it goes. Thank you so much. Bye for now.